Hello, everyone. So we'll call the meeting to order at 6:28 p.m. We'll start with the territorial acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the SFSS is located on the traditional unceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam, and Katsi nations. Unceded means that these territories have never been handed over, sold, or given up by these nations, and we are currently situated on occupied territories. Now we'll move forward to the roll call of attendance. I'll start with myself. My name is Vaibhav and I'm the VP events. My pronouns are he, him, his, and all my access needs are met for the day. We'll go to the counselors now. We don't have sus counselor here, so I'll go to FCAT.
Hi, my name is Rasko. He, him pronouns for access needs. I will have to keep my camera off and probably mic off.
Thanks, Rasko. Now we'll go to the French counselor.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ethan, he, him pronouns, and all my access needs are met.
Thanks, Ethan. We don't have linguistics here. Now we'll go to our student at large body. We'll start with Shruti. I think so. We don't have Shruti here too. Mishika, you're next.
Hi everyone, I'm Mishika. My pronouns are she, hers. All my access needs are met, but I would not be able to switch my camera on today. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thanks, Mishika. Antonila, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right.
Yeah, you're pronouncing it perfectly. Hi guys, my name is Antonella. It's really nice being here. Unfortunately, I'm not being able to open my camera today. And sorry, and my pronouns are she and her. Is there anything else I should mention about myself?
That's all for the introductions, Antonila. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll move to Andrew.
Thank you so much. And it's so good to see you, Antonia. My name is Andrew, and my pronouns are he, him, and his, and all my accessibility needs are met. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Andrew. Last one is Praneeth. Praneeth, go ahead.
Hey everyone, my name is Praneeth. I go by she, her pronouns, and all my access needs are met.
Thanks, Praneeth. Now I'll go to our society staff. We have our member services coordinator, Dipti.
Hello, everyone. Nice to finally meet you all. My name is Dipti. I am one of the membership services coordinators, and I work on the SFSS events. I'm here to help support and guide you for all the events, amazing events that I'm looking forward to you guys will bring. Also here to help and support you with anything, whether that is how do I go about this event, that event. We will speak more about it, and some of the past events if you guys have seen, and if you want to know maybe how it happened. For example, I just saw in the chat box about SFU Got Talent, and if we can do something similar. I know we have amazing ideas about Cultural Fest, so you can always reach out to me if you feel stuck or if you feel you don't know how to bring in different cultural performers for the festival that you want, or if you want to know how do we go about this event, or maybe booking a space with the SFU, or maybe this event is very large, or maybe this event is very small. So if you feel stuck anywhere, feel free to email me. I will type in my email address in the chat box, and I can also share my number. I'm also in the messenger chat now. So if you want to ask any question anytime, feel free. Whenever I go check it, I will make sure to reply to your question there. Yeah, that's all for the introduction. And yes, I'm pronounced she, her, hers. All my access needs are met. Maybe in the next meeting, I'll be on camera. I just don't feel like it today.
Thanks, Dipti. Thanks for your lovely introduction. And she's an amazing teams person. So feel free to reach out to her and reach out to me anytime you need help with any event, any idea. Now we'll go to our last society staff here, that is admin assistant Simmer. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, my name is Simmer and I go by he, him pronouns, and all my access needs are met. Thank you.
Thanks, Simmer. And we have Sean back, so we'll go back again to our student and large membership. Sean, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Sean. I'm an at-large member for the events committee, and all my access needs are met. And yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks.
So I will move to add another line item, another item 3.3 regrets, ratification of regrets. Be it resolved to ratify the regrets from Elav Maliki. I'll move that. Can somebody second that?
FCAT seconds.
French seconds. Any discussions on that? If you want to dissent, please, we'll seek unanimous consent. If somebody wants to dissent, feel free to raise your hand. Seeing none, the motion is passed. Now we'll go to our consent agenda. It says, be it resolved to adopt the consent agenda by unanimous consent. 4.1.1 matters arising from the minutes motion our last meeting. Be it resolved to receive and file the following minutes. Resco, is it the list from previous motion or? Okay, all right. So be it resolved to receive and file the following minutes from the previous ESAC meeting on 8th of August 2022. Can somebody move that?
FCAT moves.
FCAT
French
moves.
second.
French seconds. Thank you, guys. Any discussions on it? All right, I'll seek unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent or say something. Okay, thanks, Simmer. My bad. All right, so I'll seek unanimous consent. If somebody wants to dissent, just please raise your hand or list in the chat. 3, 2, 1. Seeing none, this motion is passed unanimously. Now we'll go to the adoption of the agenda. So this is the portion where we bring amendments. If anybody has any amendments, please feel free to bring it in this motion. Resco, is it the list for amendments? Okay, so let me just go to there. So it says, be it resolved to adopt the agenda as presented. Can I have a mover for this?
French will move.
French will move it. Can I have a seconder?
I second this motion.
Mishika seconds it. Any discussions on it? I will like to list myself first. First we have on the list is Resco. Resco, you want to go ahead?
Hi, I would like to remove the agenda item called SFSS NFT project for this session and table it for the next meeting.
Sounds good. Okay. So Resco moves it. Can somebody second it?
French will second.
French seconds. Discussions on this. I'll start with myself. Resco, can you please elaborate on the event and what was it and what's the reason for cancellation? Because I am not aware of like what the event was.
So it's just an idea, a discussion item I wanted to bring forward to the committee, but it's
Okay.
not ready yet to be discussed. I'm still working on the proposal.
Is it an event or like a club?
It's like a virtual thing.
Virtual event, basically.
Yes.
Sounds good. Thank you for clarifying. So any further discussions on this? If yes, please list yourself in the chat. If you have any questions. Seeing none, I'll seek unanimous consent for this. If you want to dissent, please list yourself in the chat. 3, 2, 1. Seeing none, this motion is carried. Okay, so I have second amendment as second on the list is myself. So I have a couple of amendments actually. I'll just type it in here. Sorry, these amendments were supposed to be brought by Dipti. I just listed myself, so I'll just do it. Sorry, Dipti.
No problem.
These are 2 of them, and then I'll put 2 more. So we have 4 amendments. I'll speak out all of them. We have already, how many new business? We have 2 items already on the new business. So these will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 10.3, 10.4, 10.5, 10.6. So I'll start with 10.3. It says that whereas pet therapies were a great attraction to the students in the past prior to COVID, whereas the event runs on a donation of X amount and SFSS decides to keep it $200 for this time, whereas we will have volunteer gift cards of $50 each for 3 volunteers. That total becomes $150. Whereas we will have $50 for advertising and $100 for $100 for contingency. Be it resolved to approve $500 for the event from events committee budget from the line item 817/20. Now we'll go to 10.4. Whereas workshops have been held in the past with a great turnout, whereas everyone wants to learn self-defense these days, whereas the instructor we have talked to is charging us $500 for 2 hours, whereas we'll have $100 for advertising and $100 for contingency. Be it resolved to approve $700 for the self-defense workshop event from events committee budget from line item 817/20. Now I'll go to 10.5, the proposed 10.5, whereas paint night has been held in the past, whereas people get de-stressed when painting, whereas the instructor is charging us $400 for 2 hours and $300 for the canvases and other related items for other related things, whereas we will have $100 for contingency. Be it resolved to approve $800 for the event from events committee budget from the line item 817/20/20. Proposed 10.6, whereas pancake breakfast has occurred every year during the welcome days, whereas we are getting a big sponsorship from Nesters for the ingredients, whereas the griddle costs $600, supplies $150, and contingency $100. Be it resolved to approve $850 for the event from events committee budget from line item 817/20. And then I will like to have somebody to have, sorry, just give me a quick second, guys. Okay, so I'll move these. Can somebody second that?
French.
Thank you, French. Now we'll open the floor for discussions. Anybody, Ethan, this is the list for discussion, or do you want amendments?
Discussion.
Okay, go ahead, Ethan.
So I just want to confirm that line item 817/20 is events committee funding.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Anybody else? Go ahead, Andrew.
Thank you so much. So with regard to the first amendment, I guess.
Yes.
We're talking about the pet therapies, and as for my knowledge, the SFU Health and Counseling, part of the SFU Health and Counseling High Five movement, they're also having this kind of pet therapies program. So if we could be able to coordinate with them and to help to get the help that we need or that they need to kind of promote it, to kind of promote the program, I think that'd be the great addition to this amendment as well.
Dipti has a direct response. Dipti, go ahead.
We have been trying to get in touch with SFU Health and Counseling to see who actually manages. In the past, it was always SFU bringing in pet therapy, but I don't know, in the recent years, we haven't really seen them actively planning anything as such. So we waited.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I think that they did it a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, no one responded to us, and SFU do not even give us a space to bring in pets or anything as such. So we were left with no option, and we thought maybe we can bring in pet therapy through the SFSS. Yeah. So Andrew, can you share the details of the pet therapy they had in the past, and maybe we can just get in touch with them directly? Here it's it just no one replies to us, so we didn't really know. I did get in touch with the past member. I sent them email through their website, everything, but we got like no response.
Absolutely, I would be able to get in touch with them in regard to that workshop.
That would be nice.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Andrew. And please, if you just like for everyone, I know you guys are new. If you have like a direct response, please put like 2 star marks there. So that makes it a little easier for me to keep a track of everything. Ethan, go ahead.
Hi, I just want to inquire as to how many canvases and other related things the $300 is going to be getting for us.
Dipti again has a direct response. Dipti, go ahead.
So this will be, this is for 30 participants. When we talk to workshop or counselors or maybe instructors, we always tell them the number. We can only accommodate maximum 30 people. So when we are planning to take reservations, we will actually, registrations, we'll actually open it for 45 students, because there's always like, chances of people not turning up, and that's what happens like every time. So 30 people max, and we'll cap it up because that's what the instructor is actually charging us for. So $400 for 30 participants, and they will be bringing supplies only for 30 participants, no more than 30. And we will do this on first come first serve. Whoever registers first will get a chance to be at the workshop.
Okay, thank you.
Also, like I can add a little more to this. Basically, like when we see $300 for 30 people, is just $10 per person. So the canvas is not like gonna be the small one. It's gonna be like a big sized one, and like all the paint stuff. So that kind of reduces our stress as well. Like, we don't need not to worry about like buying stuff from Dollarama and then going to Staples, like, and I hope the quality is gonna be better than the Dollarama one. So,
I would like to add, yes, and that is also the instructor fee. But if any one of you know how to run a workshop, like say paint workshop, we have done it in the past without bringing in external instructor. That would be great. Like if you think you can, like, just create a fun paint night kind of thing, it's more, your ideas are most welcome.
And yeah, feel free to take a lead, on this event. This is not like something really intensive as well. Also, like, it will help you think more about like the bigger events, like starting with the small one. And yeah, feel free to, like, even if you're not like taking a lead, just feel free to come to the event, see like how it happens, what kind of things we require for an event. And that way you'll eventually learn about the events. Mishika, I know you want to say something, so go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, does the person have to be like a professional painter or something, like, to lead the event? Like, how, like, would you want a professional painter to be there?
Not really, I would say.
I'm like, I can paint, but again, I'm not a professional, so I can, like, just like, because that's, I mean, like, we can save some money if the person is charging, I guess, $500 for 2 hours, I suppose.
Yes, it's $400. If you think you can teach and out of students can actually bring in something beautiful, you can also make it fun. And this $400 that we're paying the instructor, we can actually pay towards pizza. So it can be a paint night with pizza kind of thing, or maybe something fun, So yeah, there's no hard and fast things. It's just we did not have events, and we do not have capacity to run those events on our own, like be the instructor where we teach things. So that's when we have to bring in the external instructor, and that's when the events committee actually, we look forward to events committee, is when they bring in those events. You guys will lead the events, you guys will actually make it fun. This is more about student experience rather than be bringing those perfect picture or maybe perfect portrait of what student actually draw, So it's more than that, it's the experience and the fun thing that they take out of those events.
Yeah, as I said before, like, I'm not a professional painter, but I paint for fun on some days. So I would not mind leading the event, unless, like I can make sure that the people are having fun and, you know, they're just painting something that they like and they're like de-stressing, stuff like that. But if you want someone who's actually teaching, I don't think I'm the person. But yeah, for the fun
Mishika,
part, yeah, I can.
just give me a quick second, guys. Actually, we are just in the adoption of the agenda right now, so we can discuss this more like when we talk about the actual motion itself. So we are just like uh, uh making some amendments to add it to the agenda. So this is not about like, you know, discussing the whole thing here. We'll discuss it in the new business anyways. So if you have any questions just regarding like why are we amending it, please feel free, but we can talk more about the event itself in the new business. Otherwise, it makes it hard for Simmer to kind of take notes of the things. Okay, do you have any questions right now? Ethan, you wanted to say something. Is it regarding the...
It can wait.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll seek unanimous consent for this. If anybody wants to dissent, please feel free to list yourself in the chat or raise your hand. And on the count of 3, I'll take it as a yes. 1, 2, 3. Seeing none, the motion is carried. So these have been amended onto agenda. If anybody else has any amendments to make, please list yourself in the chat. Nobody has any amendment. Dipti, you wanted to add something? Yes, yeah. Go ahead, Dipti.
I want to add discussion items for event plans and the post-event report.
Sorry, can you please type it in the chat? I think so. We have something for the discussion items like 11.2 new events. If it is like something related, we can probably...
No, it's just discussion item, more like a guidance for the
Okay,
event.
yeah, please list, like, please, can you please type on in the chat?
Okay.
Yeah. So Dipti moves it. Can somebody second that?
FCAT seconds.
FCAT seconds. If anybody wants to dissent, please list yourself in the chat. Seeing none, the motion is carried. So we are now again back on the discussion, adoption of the agenda. If anybody has any other amendment, please feel free to list yourself in the chat. Seeing none, we'll take it to unanimous consent. If somebody wants to dissent, please list yourself in the chat or feel free to raise your hand. Seeing none, the motion is carried as amended. Okay, now we will go to our next item, new business. First is 10.1, welcome packages. That is brought up by me. So the motion states whereas we have ordered welcome packages in the past and students have shown a heartfelt appreciation towards it, we already have a few boxes. One box contains 7 left from the previous years, whereas one package costs $8.64 after taxes and shipping, and we are ordering 301 more boxes for the fall and the spring semesters. Be it resolved to approve $2,600.60 from line item H2016 from events budget. The line item is about promotional items. Can I have a mover for this?
Punch.
Can I have a seconder?
FCAT seconds.
FCAT seconds that. Thank you, guys. And now the floor is open for discussion. If anybody wants to ask more questions on this, please feel free to list yourself in the chat. Thank you. Just Ethan, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask the quantity of the packages and also the contents. Like, is everything garbage or recyclable or reusable?
Not so sure about that. If everything is recyclable, because everything literally in this package is like of daily use, and we can probably not recycle everything out of it, but I can show you guys right now. It's just in my hand, the package. How does it look? So this is like the package. I hope you guys remember this package from the welcome days, even that we hosted like in the summers. So, this contains like all sorts of items like toothpaste, soap, and popcorn, and like wipes, chewing gum, condoms. What else do we have in there? So we have noodles, ramen noodles. Then we have these sticky notes. Then we have candies. Then we have lollipop. Like pretty much like, the things that like a new student requires, like, when he or she or like they come to the campus for the first time. So that's pretty much it about the package. But I'm afraid that everything in this is recyclable. So yes. Any other questions? Dipti, you had a direct response. Yeah, you want to go ahead?
You covered it, so that's okay.
Okay, thank you. Andrew, go ahead.
Thank you. So the figures of 301 is an estimate or an accurate figure?
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
For sure. So the figures of 301, is that an estimations or an
No,
accurate?
it's an accurate figure. $2,600 and 60 cents, I assume. I said yes. An exact figure.
Oh, sure. Thanks.
No worries. Anybody else? So I'll seek unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent, please feel free to list yourself in the chat or raise your hand. Seeing none, the motion is carried. We have the welcome packages to be delivered soon to us. All right, good work. So now the next event is 10.2. The next item is 10.2 cricket event. That is again brought up by me. It says, whereas India versus Pakistan cricket event is happening on 28th of August 2022 from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Whereas we are serving food items like samosas and chai to the students from Renaissance Coffee, and the cost is $562.50 plus taxes. Whereas security cost is $240 for 6 hours, and facilities charge might come out to be $100, whereas we will keep $50 from for any contingencies. Be it resolved to approve $950 for the event from the line item 81720. I'll seek mover for this motion. Or
FCAT seconds.
okay, I'll move it. FCAT seconds. The floor is open for discussion. If anybody has any questions regarding this motion, please list yourself in the chat. Okay, I can go a little bit over the event, like what the event is. So India versus Pakistan match is happening, cricket match, and it's a really popular sports for many of the students here. And we will live stream the event in the Images Theater, and the cost is coming around to be like just for the e-tables we are expecting like 567 plus taxes. The exact amount is going to be roughly around 620 plus $40 an hour for the security guy for 6 hours, so that is 240. And rest is contingency, like in case like you need to buy something on the day of event, but that's not like that doesn't mean like we have to spend that money. It's if we don't spend it, it's still going to be in our budget anyways. Antonella, you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think you just answered my question about the location of the event.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but then I was just also wondering, like, how many people were you expecting for this event?
Yes, thanks for the question. We are expecting, like, I am personally expecting more than 100 people to come up, because we have ordered the stuff for like 150 people, but like we have just 60 signups or like 50 signups right now. So like this will be a more of like a walk-in event. And the last time that something like this happened, we had like a great turnout. Like the entire theater was full. We had more than 100 people, 120 people. And I would like really appreciate if you guys want to be there. Our admin assistant is gonna be there. So yeah, feel free to come up. This is gonna be a great event. Anybody else? Any questions on this motion? Okay, seeing none, we'll seek unanimous consent. If you want to dissent, please list yourself in the chat or feel free to raise your hand. Seeing none, the motion is carried. Okay, so now we'll go to the line, our next item 10.3, which says, whereas pet therapies were a great attraction to the students in the past prior to COVID, whereas the event runs on a donation of X amount and SFSS decides to keep it $200. Whereas we'll have volunteer gift cards of $50 each for 3 volunteers with a total of $150. Whereas we'll have $50 for advertising and $100 for contingency. Be it resolved to approve $500 for the event from events committee budget from line item 817/20. I'll move this. Can I have a seconder for this motion?
FCAT seconds.
FCAT seconds. Now we have the official seconder here. Thanks, Rascal. Now we'll go to the discussion for this event. If anybody wants to ask any question, please list yourself in the chat or any clarification you want. Yes, Rascal. I 100% agree on this. Anybody wants to list on this, or otherwise I can go a little bit over the event, where it is gonna happen, what's the plan about it so far. So I would definitely like somebody from here to be a lead on this event. It's not like, you know, it's something like, I think so the least amount of work we need for an event, because the team for pet therapy is gonna come up. That's an NPO organization, non-for-profit. So we are just supposed to give them a donation, like we can decide on the amount, you know, by ourselves. And I decided it to be $200. And then there's like volunteers that they bring with themselves. So we had to kind of cover up the costs of the volunteers, like their parking and their food. So we just decided it to be $50 per person for the day, and 3 volunteers. So that will make it $150. And there we are, like it's supposed to be happen in the forum chambers. We are gonna book the space ASAP. Yeah, that's all for it. If you have any questions, please list yourself. Andrew, go ahead.
Thank you. I feel like I already discussed this agenda.
Yeah.
And so I think that if there's anyone who want to be a volunteer to want to lead this event, maybe I could do that as well.
Sounds
and
good,
also, thank you. Yeah, and I would be greatly appreciate your support in terms of this, because that's kind of like the first of this event that I'm gonna
For
do
sure,
it.
I will be in touch with you outside of this meeting for the event. And Dipti, please take a note of Andrew's name for the event, so we can include him for, like, you know, all the stuff, and that definitely lightens up my burden from my shoulders. Yeah, but just feel free to reach out to me, you know, for all the inquiries here, for all the information you want, you know, and the resources you need.
Thank you. Can I have the date for this event in particular?
I think so. Dipti has dates with her, but I think so that's going to be constantly, like, we are going to keep one event for every month, and that's starting somewhere in September or October. So one in October, one in November, one in December, and one in January, I guess.
So we'll see how the response is for the month of October, and based on that, we'll decide if we want to do it following month as well.
Yeah.
We're planning to do this on first come, first serve basis, so people don't really have to register, but they know this day is of pet therapy and they can just drop in. But once we know the response is good, then maybe we can go ahead and do it for the next month. For the dates, we do not have any dates in hand yet. We are actually in discussion with the person who is actually coordinating this with us. But the date that they have told me is, give me 1 minute. That's a suggested date. Actually, we haven't given any confirmation.
Thanks.
In the meantime, anybody else has any questions? Okay, Dipti, we are just waiting for your dates. But yeah, this event overall, like if we look over the costs and the number of people that we are looking forward, who will attend the event, the ratios comes out to be pretty good, actually, damn good. So that makes it a little more fascinating to me personally, because we are also like helping in some sense the NPO, and then eventually it does like reflect on SFSS sides as well, like we are doing good for the society. Yeah, October 17th. So yeah, Dipti, go ahead.
Okay, Andrew, if you have attended pet therapy with the SFU Health and Counseling and see how it worked, what they did, what do you think worked, what did not, maybe we can discuss this offline and see if we can copy some of the things or maybe make things better if that didn't work out with the SFU. So let me know what is your preferred time and we can discuss this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that support.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. So you are locked up for the event now. Okay. Anybody else has any questions? And if not, like I can move to the unanimous consent. I can. Okay. Seeing none, I'll seek unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent, please raise your hand or list yourself in the chat. 3, 2, 1. Seeing none, this motion is carried. All right. Okay, so we'll go to our next item, 10.4. Whereas workshops have been held in the past with a great turnout, whereas everyone wants to learn self-defense these days, whereas the instructor we have talked to is charging us $500 for 2 hours, whereas we'll have $100 for advertising and $100 just for contingency, be it resolved to approve $700 for the event from events committee budget from line item 817/20. Okay, so can I have a mover for this? I'll move it. Can I have a seconder? FCAT seconds. Okay, I'll open the floor for discussion. If anybody wants to ask any questions for the event, please list yourself in the chat. And if anybody wants to kind of take a lead on this event, just let me know.
Can I maybe give more information for this event, and that way we know what it is all about?
Yes, go ahead.
So the event will be run by the trained instructors from the Element Academy. We have they have conducted a workshop for us last year during pandemic, and it was women's safety workshop. The reason why we bring those workshops during the fall time is because it starts getting darker earlier, and we have heard of many incidences on the SFU campus. So we always thought of keeping those workshops every semester. That way we're just actually training our students or maybe bringing something for them that actually makes them or maybe helps them for self-defense.
Thanks, Dipti. Anybody else has any questions or wants any more knowledge on this event?
Oh, and I also want to add, I personally think events committee members should also join this workshop.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as a part of the committee, you guys should definitely come up to the events. But if somebody else wants to kind of take on the lead for the event, please go for it. These events are not really intensive because most of the work is done by the person we are hiring, and the chats have already been done. So yeah, I can't see any lists in the chat, so I'll seek unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent, please list yourself in the chat or raise your hand. Seeing none, the motion is carried. Now we'll go to our next item, 10.5, I assume. Yeah, whereas paint night has been held in the past, whereas people get de-stressed when painting, whereas the instructor is charging us for $400 for 2 hours and $300 for canvases and other related things. Whereas we'll have $100 for contingency, be it resolved to approve $800 for the event from events committee budget from line item 817/20. Can I have a mover for this?
French.
French moves, seconder,
FCAT seconds.
FCAT seconds. I'll open the floor for discussion. Please list yourself in the chat for any discussions on this. Puneet, go ahead.
So I actually did think of someone who would be able to read it. Like if you need it, like instead of the instructor you guys got, I have a friend who's really good at drawing and painting, and I was messaging her, and she said she's able to like read it or teach it if you guys want her to.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful, actually. Can you please provide any email or contact information for the person?
Yeah, for sure. I'll ask her, and I'll I guess put in the chat, or I'll send it to you.
Yeah, maybe if you can send it in the chat, because
She's another SFU student, so is that okay?
that should be just completely fine if she wants to volunteer. Like, we are okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can definitely give like any honorariums after the event, you know. And we'll definitely give something, like we are not gonna call out like a person for free, but yeah, like if you can provide me or like everybody with their email, we would prefer it in the private, because like this whole video goes in public, so I would not prefer like, you know, somebody's private email to be sent here.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for that. Antonella, you're next on the list.
Hi, I think Ethan just pretty much asked my questions. Like, I just wanted to know how much basically the instructor is willing to charge for the materials. And I was wondering, if we do not have an instructor, then like sometimes what I would do is to save money, I would just watch YouTube videos. There's amazing instructors in YouTube videos in like 1080p that can just show you all the steps of great paintings. And it's just that it makes me think that we have to provide the materials ourselves. So I just had more question towards the materials. Yeah.
Sounds good. I got another suggestion, actually, since you guys have been amazing for like, you know, bringing up your suggestions. How about like we keep this as a monthly event? We keep this event like a little more professional, the one that we're already hosting, calling in an instructor to kind of teach everyone. But on the other hand, we can just like, you know, buy canvases and other stuff like every month, and just like, you know, fix a date. Somebody takes a lead on the event and host it like just like, you know, a fun event rather than like a professional one, where people can come in and, you know, draw like whatever they want to. So that would be another amazing idea, actually, with some like, you know, light music in the background and food kind of, you know, provided to them, like some pizza and stuff. Let me know if anybody else is interested in that, but I'll go with Mishika next because she is on the list.
I just wanted to continue from our previous discussion. So I think Esperine has a friend who can actually lead, so that's perfect. And then yeah, if you do plan on doing the monthly events, I would be interested. But again, I'm not a teacher, I cannot teach, but yeah, I can host the event. I can join some people for painting and have fun together, basically.
Sounds good. Puneet, like if you can ask the person, like if they don't charge us like a hefty amount, we can almost like, you know, seek them for like every month, and you know, pay them like for whatever their charges are, like, or if not, we can give them honorariums, like, you know, gift cards later on, if they're just a student and don't have any like specific company where they can provide us any, you know, invoicing and stuff. So
yeah, I don't think she's gonna charge because she's just another student who just likes to paint and stuff.
Sounds good. Then amazing. Like, then talk to her. once she is ready, then give me her, like, just talk to her, like give me her contact details, loop me in the emails. And then we can probably fix the dates. And I think so. Antonella, Praneeth, and Mishika are interested in this event. Like, just take on a lead. Find yourself like a good date in the month, like in all the months coming up, and pre-decide on the date, and we'll book the spaces. How about that? Dipti, I missed your direct response. Sorry.
So just wanted to add here, I see you guys have some amazing ideas, and we understand there might be roadblocks. This is a new thing and it's a new community. You guys are part of it. Maybe first time you guys are planning an event, and that's what we are here for. This committee should help SFSS and SFSS members to get the best experience, as well as you guys as well. So if you think you have the idea, no idea is big or small, just come to us and we will make sure to help you. Just to give an example, if you guys think, okay, I can maybe run an event, or maybe I can do a paint night, just to give just as the example, where you think, okay, I don't know how I buy supplies or how I arrange for, say, food or anything, we are here to help you for that. Even if you need help, say, this is the event I'm planning and I don't know how to go and purchase this supplies, that, or maybe I don't know what I'll need for this event, that is where I come here and help you with anything that you need. Any suggestion? We have been planning events for a while now, so, and know the inside and out of the I would say SFSS or SFU events thing, so we can definitely help you with it. So we want you guys to get the best experience and come up with your event ideas. So Mishika, just to piggyback on your idea, definitely, if you think and we see that your willingness to run the workshop, we can put this workshop on in parking, the one we are planning with the instructor, and you can try running it, or we can also run this and you see how they run it, and maybe next time you run the same event kind of thing on your own, or maybe we'll be here and if you want help or anything as well. But one thing, if we are paying someone, whether say they're your friends or anyone that you know, they need to be professional. So because we pay, so we do expect someone to be professional running those workshops. And yes, if we are presenting, if we are not sure that how a second person will, like maybe third person we're bringing in, how they will do it, then we should be reconsidering those ideas, because we can put a little bit of money to bring in instructors just so we give our members the best experience. It should not go any, I would say it should not go southways, where we, because if we're not sure, then we won't be able to deliver the best. And this is what we and our event, our actually committee comes in, is when we bring in the best and deliver the best. I hope that makes sense actually.
Yeah, and also like you guys now have a little better idea of, how to present the motions. Once you bring up your ideas and the event is kind of planned, you can bring it in the new business, get the budget approved, and start working on it together, Once the budget is approved, everything is kind of like sorted out then. So I guess you guys have a better idea of now how it works, the events planning and stuff. But also, like, yeah, feel free to set up a meeting with Dipti or either me for anything you want, We just need not to wait for this like committee meeting, because this is bi-weekly and we literally can't really have everything in this meeting, because it's a short discussion rather than and kind of a detailed one. So feel free to just reach out to us anytime. Thank you. And anybody else has any discussions on the same motion? I like your ideas, guys, though, like, just feel free to bring outside people, like, external people, if you have any friends, like, who want to, because I have been trying to reach out to, there are two of my acquaintances, basically, they perform like Bollywood dance, like I was asking them to kind of like, have a seminar to teach students. So bring those sorts of events, like, where we try to maintain a ratio, like, where we engage more students and have to spend less. So that helps a lot. All right, okay, so seeing none, I'll seek unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent, please list yourself in the chat. Seeing none, the motion is carried. All right, last motion for our new business. It states, whereas pancake breakfast has occurred every year during the welcome days, whereas we are getting a big sponsorship from Nesters for the ingredients, whereas the griddle costs are $600, supplies $150, and contingency $100. Be it resolved to approve $850 for the events committee budget from line item 817/20. I'll move this. Can I have a seconder?
I'll second.
For need seconds. I'll open the floor for discussion. If anybody wants to ask any questions or any clarifications, please list yourself in the chat. Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, thank you. I was just having a questions about like the food safety procedural, because we're serving food to students, and so I was kind of wondering how would that be playing out to ensure that the safety of the food we're delivering is
Dipti, go ahead.
safe.
Yes, Dipti has a direct response.
We have applied for food permit and we have received it as well. I will be on site and I have food safe certificate. We will make sure that we will not be storing any food. We will just make it and serve it hot. So that's where we actually save ourselves from any
Any legal
contamination or
obligations, yes.
storing food, anything that can arise from the food. I would say problems with the food serving kind of thing.
Right, thank you.
I can go a little more over this. Basically, it's right in front of the sub building. It's on 7th of September from 10 to 12, and we really need like support from you guys for this event. We will have volunteers too, but like if you guys want to come up, like this is going to be one of the most loved events. We are expecting more than 800 people to show up on the same day because it's the welcome day, and everybody loves pancakes, and we have like 3 griddles already rented out. We are getting like tons of ingredients as a part of sponsorship from Nesters, so thanks to them. But we do need support from you guys, like for setting up the space, and in case like like we need more SFSS representatives for the event, so feel free to come up. Mishika, oh no, sorry, Antonella, you are next on the list.
Oh, I was just thinking that this is a great event that I would love to be a part of, because it sounds like something I would do.
Sounds good. Dipti, please write Antonella's name for the event, and I will probably like send you an email. We're sending you like kind of details like what's gonna happen. It's pretty much like we are gonna cook the pancakes fresh there, and yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I would be likewise to Antonia. I would love to support this event as well as a SFSS representative.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Amazing. Okay, so we have 2 now. Dipti, go ahead.
We will guide you how we make batter and how we make pancakes and how we serve it. So we'll be there, we'll show you how it's done, and then it's going to be fun for sure. And serving over 1,000, I would say around 800 to 1,000 students, it's really amazing. I mean, we have seen it, we have done it in the past as well, and this has been most loved, and this actually adds up to student experience.
Thanks, Dipti. Yeah, and you will get to see a lot of new people. They will, remember your faces for a long time, because what happens is like when the new students come, basically welcome days technically for new students most of the time. When they come up, like, they always remember the first people they meet, and they will always appreciate it, you serving pancakes to them. So good way of making your network strong, good way of learning how to make pancakes. And definitely, like, you're gonna represent SFSS, so nothing's better than that. Okay, any other discussions on this? If yes, please list yourself in the chat. The event is on Wednesday, so. Okay, thanks, Ethan. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. We need one of the counselors at least, yes. So we have 3, Andrew, Antonella, and Ethan. Dipti, take a note of this. And we'll have volunteers too, so, you know, we might need you guys for like, you know, other sorts of stuff, basically, like serving it, making it, and Dipti is gonna be there. So we definitely have like a better idea of how to make pancakes. All right, any other discussions on this? Seeing none, I'll go to seek unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent, please list yourself in the chat or feel free to raise your hand. Okay, seeing none, this motion is carried. Okay, we are done with the new business. Now we'll go to our discussion items. Yeah, the interesting topics. So the first discussion items 11.1 says pub night. All right, let's start discussions on this. I guess I need Sean's help here the most. Sean, if you can please go through tap house details, like how much, like I think so you know it better than me. How much can tap house hold, like the capacity, and what are they looking forward for, like charges and stuff? Sean, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so right now these guys, I reached out to them last week, and 1 second, let me just open the messages on my phone here. Yep.
Sorry, Sean, where is the tap house? Is it in Burnaby?
Yeah, it's Southwest Coquitlam. Yeah, it's very close. It's around Austin Road. It's around those same area where Wings Coquitlam is. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that area. It's like right next to the Lougheed Town Center train station. So like it'd be very convenient for SFSS students, so that on the night of the event, like it's either a 6-minute drive or you just take the 145 and then one stop on the Expo line or Millennial line and you're good to go. So I wanted that location. So I spoke with the manager. His name is Owen, and he said, yeah, he'd be open to having the venue, but he's open to having the venue, and most of the people who go there are already, like, most of them are SFSS students already. So if we were to rent the space out, it would he wouldn't mind. We'll try to negotiate a price to whether we could rent out the whole space. That's one email that hasn't replied to me about yet, but as far as other expenses go, I've managed to get in contact with 3 DJs who would be willing to play on that night on a budget of $600. But and I was considering to cover the cost. Initially, I wanted the event to be a free event, but if the costs become too high and maybe it may not be within our budget, then maybe we could charge like $5 tickets or $10 tickets.
$10 tickets, yeah. Minimum is 10 because I was calculating the costs, and it would be amazing, like, you know, if we can have just like an event that is at par rather than like we are paying something from our pockets, you know. So pub night is definitely one out of them.
Okay, yeah, I know. So that wanted to be like the official, like, you know, welcome back to SFU thing, but the first half of September is already pretty busy because you have the welcome week. September 9th is already a bit too soon. Start announcing, getting ticket sales. And the 16th we have the Street Fest, and the 17th and 18th wouldn't be possible either because there's a concert in PNE called Breakout Festival, and I have a feeling that most students would be going for that. So I was aiming for the 23rd or the 24th of September.
Sounds good, yeah. But like if we can have the costs first, because if they are giving us like the same code as Beercraft, then I would suggest like Beercraft is a little better space than
Well, I mean, Beercraft says they can hold 140 people, but I feel like they say 140, but Maybe they don't expect to be at full capacity, but Tap House can hold up to 350 people.
Sounds good, yeah.
And
Just let me know,
20
like, and how much they charge.
Yeah, I just need to. That's the last figure that's needed. How much it is to rent the actual venue? But yeah, Owen seems open, and I'll reach out to him more again. I've just been very busy this weekend, so
Okay,
we started on Friday, but I'll get the final confirmation tomorrow.
that's just fine. Also, like, I would appreciate it if anybody else from this committee can take on a lead for this event, because we might need like a good support for this event.
I mean, yeah, that would be open, but I also have my own team like outside of this committee that I've already been doing events with, and they're the ones helping me hire DJs and staff and photographers and everything. So it's kind of like outsourcing, but we don't plan on making profit. We just want to help SFSS and this
Sorry
event be a
to
success.
just add on to this. We cannot hire your team for this event because it will be in conflict of interest in SFSS
Oh.
terms of references. Because you represent SFSS, and we cannot hire like a team that is kind of related to the person that is associated with
Really?
with the person. Yes, so that will be a conflict of interest.
Hmm.
But other than that, like, yeah, feel free to send me the lists of DJs and what else do we need? Security is, I think so, Tap House has their own security, right?
They already have their own security.
Okay, and what else do we need? Like, I think so it's
Well-
mostly on the charge they have, like, because Levels is charging them $0 for the pub night, the one in downtown.
Levels nightclub.
Yeah,
On which day?
on the coming up Sundays, 11th of September.
On the Sunday,
Yes.
11th of September.
They're asking, they have a capacity of 800 people, which is
Mhm.
a little too much to handle, to be honest. So I'll just keep
No,
it
that'll be fine. That'll be perfect.
the Levels, but like we are not collaborating with them anymore because they are
Why?
already pre-sorted for the event.
What do you
And,
mean? Oh, they have another event.
yeah, like, no, there
Someone
was like, there were two clubs that are already hosting that event. So they were asking like me to kind of collaborate, but with no interference and stuff. Like, they don't want us to like be a part of their expenses nor the revenues. And like, it's a little tricky then, like, I was like, maybe for the next event we can collaborate, but not for this one.
Okay. Let's just put a lid on that one. But okay. So we just do tapas for now then.
Yes, yeah, let me know about the costs first, like, and then it's all about the cost structure.
Yeah.
I expect them to be charging us like not more than $200 for the space, because they are going to generate a lot of revenue from there.
From the boss have.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
other than that, like, security can be pretty much sorted out, like, if they need any external security, but we don't personally, if they have their own. And what else do we need? The permit, they do have the permit to have loud music, right? I think so. It's a commercial space anyways. Yeah, just like introduce me to the manager so we can have a better talk, like we can go to him in person.
Yep.
And if anybody else wants to be part of it from this team, let me know. I would definitely appreciate like few of the other committee members to be a part of this event.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else that we need to discuss on this discussion item? Dipti, do you have anything in your mind? If you have any experience with this kind of event in the past?
We actually used to have pub on site on the campus. That's why we never had to go outside. We have actually done pub night with the Central, which is on the Surrey campus.
Yeah, that was on my kind of list. Like the next pub night should be in Surrey, something around there.
Yes, if we do anything which is off campus, we have to also think of the liabilities as well.
Yeah, we can discuss more on this, like if you have better knowledge.
Yes, but
the
only
liabilities.
yeah. So in the past, we have avoided taking events off campus as much as we can.
Mhm.
And if we plan pub nights, and if you're thinking of like themed pub nights, which I'm thinking might be like monthly, it just adds up a lot of liabilities. I would say monthly liabilities, which we should avoid. Central is right under the SFU camp, like right within the campus, not within, but still it's the same building. So it doesn't really add up as much. But when we bring students outside and this is like a pub night, their chances of intoxication, their chances of underage drinking and driving, or maybe riding or on the road, anything can happen, and the liability would be of the SFSS. So I would suggest we schedule a meeting with our insurance providers and see how it's going to work out if you guys are planning this like monthly event. If it's just one time
is gonna be just for like the tap house is gonna be like the first time. And the next times, I think so, I'm expecting the study to open at the campus, which is like right up, like beside the sub building. That space is, I am assuming that to open really soon. So if that opens up, like then we won't have any other problems in that. Go ahead, Sean.
that's true.
Hi, so I just wanted to, so Dipti, your comment was on the likelihood of say underage drinking or any accidents or something that you just basically SFSS incurring liabilities for any cases of underage drinking or accidents or damages as a result of drinking, right?
For the event, yeah.
Or this is for tap house, or just this for
No,
tap house or just in general?
this can be for any off-campus event. So even if say we plan a concert, right, off campus.
Yeah.
But this one, when we say pub night, it is at the pub, and with dancing, there will also be drinks.
Yeah,
So
no.
yeah. So it's like we're risking, not risking,
You're not
but
risking
liability is
anything.
high.
So you won't be risking anything. It's just a matter of promoting responsible drinking and making sure that you making everyone aware that
We can
SFS does
have
not need
waivers
to be
too.
liable for any and all accidents. I mean, fair, but there may be cases where something may happen, but it's rare because I work in the nightclub industry for over 2 years now, and I can tell you that there may be cases where maybe or underage drinking, but off campus security always makes sure that they scan. That's why they ask you for 2 pieces when entering the club or a pub or any venue
I agree.
that's 19 plus. So you're already asked.
I'm going to just say that when it comes to our students, we can never be too careful, especially when it comes to potential legal matters that could arise. So say if a 17-year-old looks 20 and gets in.
That's why I ask for 2 pieces of ID.
And even if somehow that happens, the risk is not only the harm that could be done to the student, but also to the SFSS as a whole, in that that kid's parents could turn around and sue us.
Okay.
So we have to be mindful of what we're opening ourselves up to.
Sorry, Ethan, can I interrupt you there? Why would the child sue if she has already put herself in a situation where she's underage and not legal to enter that establishment? They ask for 2 pieces of ID, one which includes your photo.
No, Sean, I think so you are getting it wrong here. The thing that Ethan is trying to say, even if it is not underage, even like the person who is kind of above 19 and comes to the event, it's legal liability of SFSS to kind of get that person,
Not really.
It is like in our terms of
How?
references, it is, yes. So
In the what? Terms of references?
in our like own kind of bylaws.
In our policy.
Yeah. So in our SFSS policies, it's a kind of a responsibility for SFSS to have a safe event
Yeah.
Safe means like, person like who's going back from the event, if intoxicated and, when kind of end up in an uncertain situation that falls on us. So, but we can work around the waivers, so don't worry about that. I will talk to the insurance team. I think so the waivers work best for these kinds of things.
Guys, all we have to do is encourage responsible drinking. That's all. If anyone wants to go overboard, that's on them. People need to take self-agency at some point for whatever happens. But this is almost, I doubt that will happen. But if it does, then, it'll be like out of 200, 300 people, maybe one extreme case. It happens.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend like these things don't happen, but let's just do our best to limit these things from happening. So let's not have like the potential or the likelihood of these instances happening prevent us from actually attempting to run these events, right? So maybe we can just like give it a try, and if things go south or whatever, like we can always just try something else. So but this time we can just try the event and see how many cases arise. Luck, God willing, no cases, but yeah, I see where Ethan and Dipti are coming from, but there are ways to work around these things. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, we'll discuss later on.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just have like Sean, if you can just work on your own terms, basically like not terms, basically on your own the things that you are working on already, getting us the quote and stuff. That would be really appreciated, and then I can work around with other things like this liability thing and the waiver thing if the need be.
Yeah, you'll have a full final quote by Wednesday, hopefully.
Yeah, and please kind of link me with the manager so I can talk to them personally. And see like what are like or what has happened in the past, so I can get a better idea,
all right,
how Tap House has evolved as like as an event place. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Sean. And anybody else has oh, Andrew, you have something to talk about this?
Oh, actually, no. I think you have already covered my point in terms of the liability that we have, and also kind of what would be a reasonable person would do in terms of these events. And I think that you're done correctly in terms of like consulting to past events as well. So but I think one recommendation I would have is actually setting up a kind of security lines that you could be able to manage these. Yeah, in terms, yeah. Because that would be, yeah.
No, yeah, go ahead if you want to talk more on this.
Well, actually, it sounds complicated, but I truly appreciate Sean. This is what he's doing now. It's incredible. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
thank you, Andrew. Yep.
Okay, so is there anybody else who wants to talk more about this event or want to get involved in this event? Okay, we don't have anybody else here, so we'll go to our next discussion item, 11.2, new events, which is again brought up by me. So this is just basically like a reminder for everyone to bring like, ideas for new events to every meeting that we post. Also, it was good to see you guys talking more about like, how we can improve our events or like how we can kind of bring changes to the event so that like, we can save some money, and we do have a deficit, like a very limited budget this year. So that helps a lot. So if there's any idea that you guys want to talk about, you can talk now. List yourself in the chat. Seeing none, I think so. It was pretty much discussed prior to this motion. But I would definitely like Mishika, if you can start working on the cultural event or like the talent show with Antonella. She was interested in this, and I assume Purneet as well. So if you guys can start working on the ideas and stuff, like, and you can also reach out to the clubs that we have here, like, ISF, no, not ISF, basically like SFU, let's say SFU hip hop club, like, if they want to perform, like, on the talent show. And then we have SFU poetry club, SFU dance club, SFU Bakery, like all these clubs. You can definitely reach out to them, and ask for, like, their confirmation and stuff. Like, if first, like, first work on the things, like, what things do we require? We need a panel of judges for these kind of events, and then a gift prize, a gift basket. Well, list. Anthony, go ahead.
Hi, thank you. I was just having a hard time figuring out the document sharing in Google Docs. And I feel like you were reading off of a lot of documents which I do not have access to. And I really tried, because my Google Docs is connected to another email. And I'm just wondering if because there's no Google Docs associated with my SFU email. So I'm just wondering, what am I supposed to do at this point
So
when
your
it comes to
SFU
getting the
ID
documents?
is not working with the Google Doc.
No, it's not. I really tried trying to edit it, accessing it, or it's just not working for me.
What
I
we
tried it
can
with
do
my
here
phone.
is just give me a quick second. What we can do here is, like, we already send you the downloaded PDF anyways. So
And it's a total of 4 PDFs, right?
till the date.
Because I got 4 only.
Oh yeah, those ones are like the meeting minutes after, like, we're done meeting, for the committee meeting. But I can ask my admin team for this, like, if they have any ideas. Simon, do you have any idea about this, buddy?
I think that I also have that same problem as well. So I was kind of wonder, is that there any new members that is also facing the problems, and have they been able to solve that?
Let me ask my admin team. Simmer, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Do
Can you
have
hear
any
me?
idea? Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure why does that happen, but as far as I am aware, like students or members have to use their SFU email.
Okay, so what's the alternative if SFU emails don't work with the Google Doc file?
Then I feel we would just have to add them. So just for the first time, and then after that, it would just be, I would say, approved. Just for the first time, we would have to go through it. So if, for example, it's Gmail or Yahoo, right? We just need to go through it and add it for the first time, and then it will be fine for future.
Sounds good. Ethan, I guess you guys use your SFU ID as well, right? Ethan and Rasco.
Yeah, so I have through SFU, you by default, all students get a weird email address created for them that uses their initials.
Yeah.
And sometimes a number. And then from that, you can create a secondary one that basically everything that's sent to that first one gets sent to it's like a connected one. And you can choose your full name or whatever you want for that one, which is what I've done. And then you can choose which to get notifications from. If neither is connected, I'm unsure about how to continue at this point. Do we have the right email? Like there's not a typo in there?
No, emails are perfectly fine. What they're asking is basically, they can't open the files with Google Doc, like from their SFU emails, which is like another problem. Like, like, how do you link your Google Doc to SFU email?
Yeah, that's like my question. Like, how would I do it? Link it to my Google Docs that I currently have with my Gmail.
Do you use an Apple or an Android device?
I use an Apple device.
Okay, so then you would download the Google Docs app.
Yeah,
and
I have the app.
then you would have to sign in to it. Like you'd have to add your account as add another account. So it would not only be your usual email that you access Google with, but it would also be your SFU one.
Ethan, is this your dog?
Sorry? Yes, yeah.
Oh,
I apologize for the background
no,
noise.
that's fine.
She takes her job of guarding us very seriously.
No, that's good. That's good. Bring her
and
to the next meeting.
yes, yeah. That's what I did with mine, and it seems to work okay. So try that, and if you have any trouble with that, with adding the secondary account, let me know, and we'll brainstorm together from there.
Yeah,
Or
otherwise
we'll
I'll bring
decide to
some
contact
Yeah, I do have issues with that because I'm just pressing add another account and I'm just putting my SFU email, and it's like it says email or phone, and I'm putting my correct email, and it basically says couldn't find your Google account. Or if you've signed in with Google products like YouTube, please try that with that email or something like that. So I don't know what to go about. And it says forgot email ? And it says create account. So I don't know if I should create another account with the SFU ID.
I will come up with a feasible solution like within a couple of days. I'll talk to my admin team, like they must know about it definitely, like what they have done in the past and stuff. So don't worry about that.
Okay, thanks.
No worries. All right, so let's go to our last discussion item for the day, which was brought up by Dipti. So that discussion item is on.
Yeah, I will not take more time. I'll quickly explain. I have shared 2 Google documents in the chat. One is for the event plan. If you open that, this is what we actually expect, or maybe this will help us. This will actually help you as well, and this will help us to see the overview of the event ideas that you bring in. All we expect is when you have an event idea, you want budget approval, maybe use this this template. You can also, sorry, my mom grinding thing at the same time. Okay, so if you can, it's very simple. All you have to add is your event name, date, time, location, objectives, and who will be leading the event, who will be supporting your event, target audience, budget, and how are you planning to make this event accessible and inclusive. So if you just fill up this information and forward it to the events committee or maybe for the agenda, this will really help us overview what events you're planning or you're bringing. Now, I should have done this for these events that we have actually put in the agenda today, but we seriously had no time. So that's why it has taken us a long time. But yes, moving forward, any event that we will be approving through the events committee, we'll make sure to put in this event plan. You can edit it, you can add or maybe edit things that you think you do not know, or maybe just put NA and then we will know. But if we all follow the same template, it becomes easy for us to, or maybe for the events committee next year to see how the event went or how you planned it. And it just that way, we're just creating a base for the next year's events committee. The second link is actually for the events report. So it's just after event report, and again, pretty simple. We just need to know what worked, what did not work, and how you think this event will be, how we can make this event better for the future. So very simple thing. If you have any question, concern, please let me know and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Dipti. It's always about leaving a legacy, you know. So if we are more organized, we get a better turnout. Our ideas work well. It's definitely good to leave it for like the future team to come. So not about this team, we have to also think about the next team to come, because we also think uh, in the favor of like SFSS, for the next person to come, like he shouldn't feel like that we kind of didn't leave anything for the person. So it's good to leave ideas, good to leave like reports, what we did well, what can be done better. So that I think so that is of a great help, like the documents that have been shared. So it can help you like streamline your events like way better than just making a new doc. And yeah, let me know if you want any changes in the docs. We can also like amend them. But I guess that's all for it. If you have any questions, like feel free to raise your hand or like list in the chat. Seeing none, I think so we are going to move to adjournment. I don't see any other things that we have on the agenda right now. All right. Time to go, guys. We are going to over item 18, adjournment. Be it resolved to adjourn the meeting at 7:54 p.m. Can I have a mover for this?
French.
French moves. Can I have a seconder?
Second.
Antonella seconds. Okay, I'll seek unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent, please list yourself in the chat and or like feel free to raise your hand. Seeing none, the motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you guys for showing up today, and I hope to see you sometime in the next week for discussion on our other items. Thank you.